What's the message?
Jesus died on that cross so we could live, and this is not living.
In Georgia, things are so expensive. The average price for a gallon of gas, $4.05. Why? Donald Trump's war on Iran. Grocery prices, more expensive. Why? Donald Trump's tariffs, and we have the economic data to prove it. We have to change direction because I'm telling you, this administration has done nothing, especially for rural Georgians. I almost guarantee you, you are worse off right now than you were a year ago today. You have gained nothing. They're spending $1 billion a day on war. They've given tax cuts to the wealthy. It's the slowest pace of hiring in 25 years, not including COVID. If you live in Georgia, if you live in my home state, you should call your Republican representatives and ask, whose side are you on? Ours or Donald Trump and his buddies? Please.
We did it, Oklahoma. We fucking did it. We are 50 out of 50. We are officially the dumbest fucking state in the United States of America. Fucking congratulations, Republicans.
If you want to know how big of a problem hunger is in rural America, spend time at a mobile food bank.
It's 90% of what I consume.
74-year-old Lorna Hall made sure to be the first at this line in Clinton, Missouri.
You've been here since last night.
Yeah.
It's that important to get what you need.
Yes. And I don't keep the car running. I can't afford the gas. So I have sleeping bags to stay warm.
We're still struggling, even when we have our money coming through. We had to suffer going almost a week with no food.
The economy's down the tubes. Healthcare is awful. Prescriptions are terrible. Groceries are off the charts. Yep. And I think the only way we're going to do better is if he gets out and somebody else gets in.
So I go through months or years trying to get help. My insurance company is willing to pay for me to go get treatment out of state. And every time I get a call, they tell me, sorry, we're no longer taking out of state Medicaid. And I'm like, okay, so what am I supposed to do? Because I literally can't, I have nowhere to go. There are no places for me to go. And then I asked her, okay, so what is it out of pocket? And she said, oh, we're not allowed to do out of pocket if you have an insurance. So you won't take my insurance, and then you won't take my fucking money if I'm gonna pay out of pocket. How does that make sense? I am so tired. I am so tired. I'm so tired of this. I don't understand how the system could be like this. I don't understand. Like, I'm literally crying on the phone, and the lady's like, well, I don't know what to tell you. You could call this person. And I was like, she was my doctor previously, and she couldn't help me. That was one of the reasons why I was referred to go to Jefferson in the first place. So now I don't know what I'm going to do.
Rural America voted against their own interest because they chose hate and racism over their own well-being. They thought black and brown people would suffer, but only ended up hurting themselves. That's why racism is very expensive. So let's get to see more reactions, then I'll come back with more. Please like and have the video.
I'm so fucking sick and tired of hearing this bullshit. We can't have free health care. We cannot have good Medicaid. We cannot have good nothing. But we can have a ballroom at the fucking White House to inflate somebody's fucking ego. Right? Israel can have free fucking health care. They can have all sorts of weapons of mass destruction, and we can't have free health care. We can't have cheap fucking schooling. This is taxation without representation, guys. Like, when the fuck do you guys stop caring about being true patriots? We fought a war over a tax on tea leaves. Tea! And now, you're okay with giving all your money to foreign governments so that they can have the health care they need, so they can defend their borders. But you can't defend your own livelihood. Life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. You can't have life without health care. And there is no pursuit of happiness when you're all slaves working for corporations that give two fucking shits about you. Nobody fucking cares. But guess what? You're just gonna get up tomorrow and act like nothing happened. When the fuck are we gonna wake up? When? Why? Why are we so docile? Is it in the food? Is it on the TV? Is it in the music? What the fuck is wrong with us? When we can have little monkeys in suits telling us you can't have free health care. We have paid 5,000 times over the amount that the United States would use for free health care.
I live in rural Arkansas. And if you don't understand why people in rural Arkansas or rural America vote Republican, it's because of fear and jealousy. Jealousy that somebody has it better than they do, that they work their asses off, and most of them do. More education, because the education here is at the bottom of the tier. Maternal mortality, low. Education, low. Quality of living, low. Infrastructure, super low. There's no industry. There's no hope for these young kids in rural Arkansas to have a job. We had a chance to vote Chris Jones, an actual rocket scientist like myself who was educated and had a plan to bring jobs and infrastructure to Arkansas. But the people I talked to who in rural Arkansas will not vote for him because of his color of his skin. And they weren't nice when they described the color of his skin. So they voted for a sycophant, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, who is treating this like her personal money bank. There is no infrastructure here. The roads are shit. You can drive 2 hours. So my closest grocery store, besides Walmart, is 2 hours away. So if I go that 2 hours to go to that grocery store, the roads I have to take are barely have enough room for two people to pass each other. There is no cell phone coverage for over an hour and a half of that ride. And there's no hope to get those roads fixed anytime soon because there's no money. I say that, but lo and behold, what did Sarah do as of July of 2025? She has loaned and bought $55 million worth of Israeli bonds. So she's loaned Israel $55 million with a catch to give them 100 more million by the end of the year. When her people are fucking starving, they have no medical care. Hell, most teenage girls here are living at home pregnant with their moms. And they're living at home with their moms and their boyfriends. Because that's how rural America lives. There's nothing for these kids to look forward to. So why would they ever vote Republican? Because that's what they're told to do. $150 million would go a long way to feed, get medical attention, and up our so that our children here in Arkansas don't die in infancy and the mothers don't die in childbirth. And that is rural America. Fuck Sarah Huckabee Sanders. She is the worst governor okay, she's second. Our neighbor Texas Abbott is worse, but she's a close second.
Trump won all the counties in Oklahoma, and Harris won all the counties in Massachusetts. And when you compare these states side by side, you really start to wonder why people aren't voting for Democrats. The all-Trump state of Oklahoma is 44th in education, 49th in healthcare, 44th in quality of life, and dead last 50th in test scores. And when you look at Massachusetts, they are first in education, second in healthcare, first in quality of life, and first in test scores. Kind of hard to argue for Oklahoma here. And it's not just about who they voted for in the election. This is a Republican-run state, and these are the results of that Republican leadership. And this is a state run by Democrats, and those are the results of a state run by Democrats. And if you look at other red states, you'll find the same exact low-quality outcomes you see here. And if you look at other substantially blue states like Massachusetts, you'll see similar outcomes to what you see there, because Democratic policies work and Republican policies don't. Because Republican policies go, I don't want to spend any money on anything, we're just going to hope it all works out. It doesn't. And Democratic places go, we need to spend money on basic infrastructure to support people. And what do you know? That works out.
Trump says, be patient. The farmer's going to be better than ever. Well, you better hurry up.
Good afternoon. I have a fuck around and find out story. I've been waiting for one that I personally is connected to me, and I finally found one today. I'm looking at myself. I had a couple of scratches here. I was playing and that's not important. Anyhow, so I have a former friend. She and her husband, huge MAGA people. And we have some mutual friends that my friends are still talk to her a little bit. And I find out today that she retired a couple of years ago and made a huge profit off of selling her house, like $600,000. And she, her husband, and her profit money go to Salt Lake City, where they are going to build a custom home. Now, according to my friend, this custom home is supposed to be like over the top, 10,000 square feet, Jordanian marble, a Trump identity type of thing. And so they buy the land, they hire a contractor, they do everything, and they start to build the house. My friend and her husband are living in a fifth wheel on the property. Well, because of tariffs, the price of building material goes up, and so the contractor goes to them and said, we're going to have to, building materials are costing more, we're going to have to charge you more. And my friend and her husband fork over more money from the profit of their home. But as these tariffs continue and they're in, they're out, they're up, they're down, the contractor is not messing around anymore. And he says, I need to, we're going to just leave the price of this open. And whatever it ends up being, we're going to put a percentage on there for me. And, but I can't, the building materials supply is risky. And so my friend and her husband go to the bank to secure a loan to make sure that they can pay for whatever it's going to be. Well, come to find out that my friend's husband has put all of the profit money that they didn't already use into Trump cryptocurrency. And he has lost all of it. Now, I don't know if the cryptocurrency is up and down. I don't know too much about it. But whenever it was down, he lost all of it. My friend said that my ex-friend had $4,000 to her name, and she has had to go back to work, but she doesn't have a teaching license in Utah, and so she can't teach. She can't even substitute teach. And so she got a job at like Home Depot where she's watering plants in their garden, and she's making like $12.50 an hour. I don't want to laugh outwardly. I did when I was talking to my friend who's telling me this story. I kind of want to send my ex-friend a ha-ha emoji, but I wasn't until I found out that she was watering flowers, and I think I must. I don't know. I'm debating about it, but oh my goodness.
Many families in rural America are finding it harder to pay for rent, groceries, electricity, and other basic needs. Small towns have been losing jobs and other opportunities, and they feel forgotten by the same politicians they put in office. Every election season, politicians come with big promises and promise them that they're gonna fix everything, but after the elections are over, they are still left struggling with the same struggles, They are being told that they are superior to black and brown people and other immigrants, and they are being told to blame them for their problems, But at some point, you have to stop looking at political parties and start asking questions. Can I afford my healthcare? Are my bills getting easier? Are there job opportunities in my town? Because blaming immigrants will not lower the grocery prices. Being angry at black people will not make your healthcare affordable, And the people at the top are the ones who benefit, while ordinary Americans are the ones who keep fighting against each other, Instead of asking why the communities are still struggling. Because whether you're right or left, people want the same thing, They want affordable groceries. They want better wages, They want affordable healthcare. they want food on the table and a better future for their children. And if politicians are not doing anything to improve those things, you have the right to ask tougher questions. No politician should earn your support forever because they say things that you like to hear. They should earn your support by actually improving your life. And if they don't, then you should stop listening at excuses and start demanding better. So thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Have a good one. I'll see you in the next video.